So kids, who's seen that before? Huh? That is the first chart for joule conversions that comes up on Google. If you put an Airsoft joule to FPS conversion chart and you search that, this is what comes up. Now tell me, what is 500 feet per second? What is that? Well, let's find out. Let's use the Gate app, shall we? 0.2 gram ammo. 500 feet per second. What's the joule? Ready? 2.32 joule. We knew that. We knew that. That's exactly what it's meant to be, right? 2.32 joule. We know that. But what would happen if, for example, you went to your airsoft site and they say to you, you must use 2s and you must use our 2s. We chrono on 2s. What happens then? Well, I'll explain to you, because this is the bane of my fucking existence and so many other techs. Bane of their existence. Let me show you. This is a VSR 10 that I did for somebody. They want to use 0.43s, and I was happy to oblige. Let's play a game. 0.43s, there it is, 0.43s, yeah? Ignore the scope, it's not the scope he's going to be using, you can ignore the scope. Are you ready? .3 joules. 339.5 FPS. He wanted 2.3 joules, he got 2.3 joules. And it's that simple. But what happens if I go to my app? We'll do a swap. 2.3 joules, 339 FPS. We agree, right? Yeah, we agree. Sites need to stop chronoing not only on 2s, and honestly, I don't care if you want to do it in joules or FPS, as long as you know the correct reading. You know which one's which, don't you? What happens if I take some 0.2s? Let's do some 2s, shall we? Are we ready? Remember, 500 feet per second on a 2 is 2.32 joules. So this should be giving me what? 495? 497? Yeah? So ready? 0.2s. What power are we going to get? Remember, 500 feet per second is 2.32 joules. .427.5 FPS or 1.7 joule. I've got two problems with what's going on here. We'll do another one. This is another 0.2. We'll do another one. It's consistent. 1.72 joule, 429.7 FPS on a 2. When you are measuring feet per second and joules, both start at 0. As it moves up, feet per second is going, and then as the speed of the projectile gets faster, the joules catches up on it. And the heavier the projectile, it catches up a little bit faster. There's so much more to it than that. So much more to it than that. But that is the easy way to equalise joule creep in your mind. I was trying yesterday to find words for this and I couldn't find any words. This is the easiest way to understand what's happening between feet per second and joules and lightweight ammo and heavyweight ammo. Alright? FPS, joules. As the gun fires, this one, you'd assume they'd go at the same speed. They don't. They don't. This one will catch up to this one. Alright? Now, I know some of you are going to pick that apart. I don't give a fuck. What I'm saying is, in fact, I can show you. There it is, 0.2. 100 feet per second, 0.09 joule. Right? 0.2, 200 feet per second. Now, if that 0.09 had doubled, we'd be at 0.18, wouldn't we? No. 300 feet per second. You can see it's not going up in the exact same increment. 400 feet per second on a 0.2 is 1.49. 450 feet per second, 1.88. 500 feet per second. Think of it that way, right? That's joule creep. That 500 feet per second on a 2 should be 2.32 joule, but it's not, because it's not designed to run 0.2s. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm saying that the joule for that spring is absolutely correct. It is bang on what it needs to be for that spring and that build. And then little Timmy goes to the chrono. Little Timmy's had his VSR 10 built by somebody. And little Timmy gets to chrono. They put a 0.2 in it and they go, little Timmy, your gun's only doing 429 FPS. It's 70 FPS too low. And little Timmy gets upset and he comes back to people like me and other techs. You've done my gun wrong. No. No. I haven't. The site has told you to use the wrong ammo. If you're driving your car, designated driver, you've had no alcohol, you are fucking bolt upright sober, but your mate is in the back of the car and he's pissed as a fart. He's got vomit all down him, he's shit himself. The police pull you over. They breathalyse you and you're fine. So they take you out the driver's seat, they pop you at the side of the road, they get your pissed mate out and they stick him in the front. They breathalyse him. He's way over the limit, he's not even conscious, so they arrest you. Is that how it works? Because when you chrono with 0.2s and your gun is not designed to run 0.2s, and no bolt action rifle or gas rifle or electric gun worth more than about 30 quid is designed to run 0.2s. 2.5 is the minimum you want to be running. But no, little Timmy comes back to me, it's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong. And I've had people turn up to me and they go, yep, they've said my gun is not powerful enough. So we up the power of their spring and we get it running at 500 feet per second on a 0.2. They go back to the site. They chrono again. They've got a different chrono moron this time. And this chrono moron is doing it differently. Because this chrono moron is using that chart I showed you. And Mr. Chrono Moron goes 410 FPS on a 0.2. FPS 410 on a 0.2. Well, let's go across to 0.43. Ah, your gun's doing 3.36 joules. And they go, no, because 500 feet per second is 2.32 joules. Look, 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 watch. And they get their little gate app out. And they go, look. They go, no, 410 FPS. There it is, look. And if we scroll across, there it is, look, all the way across to 0.43, 3.36 joules. They come back to Luke. And they go, Luke, the gun's doing well over 3 joules, I can't use it. And I go, but it's not though, is it? It's not. It's not. And they go, yes it is. I've just chronoed it. The guy said, yep, it's doing 500 feet per second. He's looked at his chart, and it's doing 3.36 joule. So we take it apart again. I cannot tell you how many fucking times this has fucking happened. They go to the site, and I tell them, when you get to chrono, and they tell you you've got to use 2s, or they pull out a piece of paper with a shitty chart on it, you tell them no. You tell them no. Just say no. I get it, their site, their rules. I've owned airsoft sites. I get it. It's their health and safety, it's their rules. Whatever their chrono says and whatever their staff say, that's the way it is. I understand that. Their site, their rules. Those are the rules you follow. However, if they do not chrono on the ammo you are using, they are breathalyzing your piss, mate. You always chrono on the weight of ammo that you are using. And you always make sure you have all weights at the chrono. If your site is shit and it doesn't have that ability, it's a shit site. We went out when I owned Z Adventures and bought digital scales, decent ones, so we could weigh BBs. So we could say, right, take your mag out, thank you very much, fire a few shots over there, thank you, make sure it's clear, good. What weight are you using? 2/8, yeah, 2/8 going in, mag goes in, flip, yep, that's fine, you're with the right power. Let me weigh your ammo. Oh, you're using 0.32s or 3.6s. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Fuck off. Don't take the piss. If you're going to do it properly. You can afford a set of scales. They're not much money. If some cunty little drug dealer can afford them, you can fucking afford them. Get a little set of scales. It might be windy. Deal with it. Put a little cup on top of it and then reset it so it takes the weight of the cup to be considered. It's very simple. Put the BB in and weigh it. A 0.2 gram BB doesn't weigh 0.2. It's very slightly more and very slightly less. But generally speaking, it's 0.2. So you'll know if it's a fucking 0.3, won't you? And then you use that weight ammo. You weigh the customer's ammo. Oh, you got hundreds of people coming through. Yeah, so do fucking we. Do it properly. Do it properly. Final test. 0.2. 0.43. 0.2. 0.43. So when I fire it, it's going to go 432, 432. Yeah? First one to 0.43. .43. .3 joules. It's right there. 2.3 joules. 0.2s. I'm not going to mess with the chrono. Don't look at the joules, alright? Just read the FPS. Yeah? Because that should be 495-ish FPS. 0.2. 421 FPS. .43. 2.29. 339 FPS. You with me? You feel me? .2. 425 FPS. Just say no. If your site is making you chrono on a weight of ammo that you are not using, say no. It's that simple. You cannot get an accurate reading of what your gun is doing if you do not weigh and measure the correct ammo. There's differences between brands of 4.3s. How much polish is on there? Are they bio? You might get a tiny, tiny variance. It happens. Bio ammo now is far more readily available than plastic ammo because the was it the PLEs, whatever the fuck it's called? You're not meant to be using that anymore. There's far more natural material in there, so you're going to get a dirtier barrel and stuff like that. It's just normal. But you definitely chrono on the ammo that you are using. It's just that simple. Bring them out the bag. Show them the bag. Buy your own scales. Weigh them. Whatever you want to do. Just say no. Sorry, mate, you're chrono on 2s. Just say no. Now imagine as well, because this comes up a few times. Yeah, put .2s in there. Okay. Now set your hops so the .2s are flying straight. That actually happens. What? Change my... No, my gun's set for 4.3s. No. Otherwise it's over hopping, you won't get the right reading. Oh, 550 FPS on a 2. Or, you know, depending on how the hop unit works. It's only doing 200 because the BB's fucking now rolling slowly down the barrel before it's fired. Just say no. You got a chrono on .2s. No. Just say no.
No, just say